Alright, so today's video, I'm going to be venturing outside of my typical realm of content. See, usually on this channel, I'm either covering goofy people, goofy videos, or just drama. I never really find myself talking about YouTubers that I'm like actually a fan of, especially them being outside of the commentary scene. But today's video, it's going to be a little bit different, and I'm making this video because I saw August's video talking about this, but also because I want to add another layer to the discussion here and kind of like add on to this. But before I even get to that point, I first want to introduce who we're talking about here, and you may already recognize him. It's WhistlinDiesel. If you're just browsing like the front page of YouTube, or you're on like the automotive side of YouTube, you've definitely seen one of this guy's videos pop up in your recommended before, or maybe even watch him. I've been watching WhistlinDiesel's content now for about 2 or 3 years. I think the first video I saw by him was the one where they put the Duramax in the water, which, you know, pretty good shit. But also, you know, and this kind of segues into what I was wanting to talk about with this video, this type of like behavior that's starting to become problematic for WhistlinDiesel and like his reputation. But as I was grabbing footage and, you know, watching the video of the Duramax in the ocean, this guy out of nowhere, everybody's having fun, everybody's waving, everybody's taking photos, everybody's smiling, having a good time. And then WhistlinDiesel, he's like, yeah, look, everybody's happy except for my YouTube haters. And then he like, you know, no, I'm just gonna play the clip. And sorry in advance, because I kind of forgot to mute my mic as I was recording this. So you're gonna hear me talking.
Well, they waved back, so
Nice.
I love the fact that everyone loves this. No one is like hating right now, except on the YouTube video.
Oh boy, oh my fucking goodness.
Below, but it's okay because the rest of the world loves it. You don't have to be a sorry piece of trash. I'm just saying,
dude. Okay, you know, I was getting footage. This is proving my point on what I was going to talk about in this video. That's how rampant this is. This entire video was positive, cool, funny. For like for the past 5 minutes, I was getting footage, right, of the truck in the water. And then out of nowhere, he just, look at his face. He just starts going on about the YouTube haters. Meanwhile, everybody's having a good time. Like, what? Also, I decided to scroll in the comments on this video to see if there was any hate comments, okay? To see who was hating on my boy, WhistlinDiesel. And what a surprise, literally not one hate comment in sight, okay? I did some good scrolling and found a bunch of hearted comments, a bunch of positive comments that weren't hearted, but no hate comments. Now, the reason I even brought this up in the first place was because, like I said earlier, this is kind of like a consistent pattern of behavior where just out of nowhere, this guy just feels the need to go on a rant about the haters when literally nobody asked. And he doesn't just do this in the videos that he makes, he also recently did it on Instagram. Now, for some context here, and I will go ahead and play the clip. I found this through August's video, so, you know, shouts to him. But basically, for context, WhistlinDiesel, he was in Dubai, and he posted a picture on Instagram of him sitting in a Ferrari with a girl. You know, you're just chilling in Dubai, you're in a Ferrari, you're with a girl, everything seems chill and amazing and fun, and, you know, life is good and all of that, right? Now, I want to ask you guys a question out there in the audience, okay? Let me know in the comments down below. If you were like a multi-millionaire and you were on vacation in Dubai and you were in a Ferrari with a girl that you like or whatever, you know, you're on vacation, everything's chilling, would you be worried about some random internet hater and your like thousands of Instagram DM requests? Most normal people would probably answer no. I would just keep living my life. You know what I mean? It's an internet hater. Who cares what they gotta say? But WhistlinDiesel, he said no. I'm gonna post this guy to my Instagram story right after I posted that photo.
He decides to post this screenshot onto his Instagram story. Now, let's be fair. What this guy said was pretty shitty. He says, man found a gold digger and thinks she's a princess. Brother, she's gonna use you until you spend time, energy, and money on her. You can see it in her eyes. She's fake. Now, obviously, if you're a guy involved with somebody, you don't want to hear that. But if you're a famous influencer who's driving around a Ferrari with a beautiful woman, you're probably just gonna have to let those slide. I mean, come on. Be the bigger man. You're gonna hear shit like that if you have money. It's one of those things you're just gonna probably have to get over. But instead, WhistlinDiesel responds, bro sees my girlfriend in a Ferrari and thinks that means she's a gold digger. A Ferrari is a normal car. You just think it's crazy because you're poor and have low standards. Let's repeat that one more time. A Ferrari is a normal car. You just think it's crazy because you're poor. This is the bare minimum.
Oh my goodness, the cringe. I can't handle it. It's that unbearable. Why do you feel the need to respond to internet haters this much? You're in Dubai, you're chilling, you're in a $500,000 car with a beautiful girl, and you're more worried about some incel Reddit mod sounding motherfucker in your DMs? What? Now, obviously, the hater is an idiot, okay? This guy knows next to nothing about this girl and is already assuming that she's a gold digger because she's in a Ferrari with a guy. That's so weird. That just sounds like some Reddit incel shit, some actual r/nice guys behavior. But dude, why are you responding to this guy? You probably have thousands of, positive DMs from actual real supporters, and you basically just called all of them poor because of one hater. Like, there's no logic behind it. It's just a rich guy punching down on the lower class for no reason because his ego was hurt and he couldn't understand the concept of just ignoring a hater. Like, that just really grinds my ass. And I'm not trying to like villainize WhistlinDiesel as like this evil, immoral, terrible person. I really do think deep down, and I kind of feel bad for him because I can somewhat relate to this, internet haters, they suck. They suck a lot of fat ass. I have a lot of haters. I could probably pull up thousands, and I'm not joking, thousands of hate comments on my videos. I have been through this cycle before where you've got internet haters and you're trying to explain to them how you're right and they're wrong, right? Or you're trying to prove them wrong, or you're trying to own the haters. It doesn't work, okay? From firsthand experience, it doesn't work. If somebody hates you, if somebody hates your content, if somebody just doesn't fuck with you, it's, that's it. That's the end of the story. They're always going to hate on you. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter how you are. Doesn't matter how good of a person you are. They're going to hate on you. That's just the internet. That's what you got to deal with when you're a YouTuber, when you're an influencer, when you're, a public figure. You're going to have haters, and, that's just the end of the story. You can't let them get to you. But WhistlinDiesel did let the haters get to him, and he indirectly called most of his audience poor, which isn't a cool thing to do. That's not really nice. Okay, I know that's a hot take right there. I know. Now, WhistlinDiesel did end up posting a response, a follow-up story on his Instagram.
Now, he follows this up by saying, if you want to see a lot of extremely salty people, look at my last reel, because a lot of people saw this. What he said about the Ferrari kind of went like mini viral, and a lot of people didn't really like that. It's a shitty thing to say. And then I assume somebody probably pulled him aside and was like, hey, man, this is a pretty bad look. Do something. So he posted this. Just to specify, I think there are a lot of good people on Earth, and there are also a lot of smart people on Earth. So that means nothing. No shit. I have many amazing and supportive followers, and I'm very thankful for you, but I also absolutely enjoy interacting with stupid people on the internet. If you take the time to analyze things and consider different life approaches, it's as tempting as poking a monkey in a cage.
Actual nothing burger response. That literally meant nothing. That was a whole lot of nothing. And what are you talking about? It's as tempting as poking a monkey in a cage? That's an interesting one right there. I've never seen that before. But dude, what do you mean you enjoy interacting with stupid people on the internet? No, you don't enjoy that. Nobody genuinely enjoys that, especially given the fact that you were in Dubai. What are you talking about? Yeah, no. I just enjoy arguing with people on the internet so much that I set my Dubai trip aside just to argue with somebody on Instagram. That's how much I enjoy arguing on the internet. That is such a pathetic thing to admit. And I know it's a lie. I know you're lying because nobody enjoys this. You're literally just mad and you're trying to cope, and you just don't understand the concept, the very simple concept that every YouTuber understands of just ignoring haters, ignoring people that are just going to say stupid shit because they don't like you. Now, something else I kind of wanted to add on to this conversation, the reason that I wanted to make this video, because like I said earlier, I wanted to kind of add another layer to this. But if you really think about it, WhistlinDiesel has low-key kind of built a brand and built his channel off of kind of pissing people off by, destroying nice things. For example, the whole any level F350 series, people were mad about that, because, it was a nice truck and WhistlinDiesel was destroying it. Now, if you ask me personally, I don't really care. It's a truck. I like trucks, but I'm not going to care that much if somebody destroys it. It's their truck. It's their property. They can do what they want with it. I'm not even really defending WhistlinDiesel haters. I think it's just stupid to get mad at somebody else for destroying their own property. But regardless, he knows that this type of stuff pisses people off. And he kept doing it over and over in his videos because he knew it would get him views. It would get him engagement. It would get him free promotion because people would be like, herder WhistlinDiesel, he did this. Did you hear about that? You know, so it's free engagement, free promotion. I don't blame him for doing it, but you can't get confused or get mad or like, you know, engage with the haters that you kind of like, you know, fed into for a while and continue to feed into with these goofy responses on Instagram and in your YouTube videos.
These are 28 by 16. It's about 12 grand. So give it a desert tan look. I seriously do like the color combo. This is just my taste here. This isn't, I promise you guys, this isn't to make you mad, but you're probably going to take everything so hard like you do everything else.
Stop getting mad about the haters. Stop engaging with them. Stop acknowledging them. Don't give them any attention. Just let them do their thing, okay? Let them be your free advertising. Let them be, like I said, your free advertising, your free promotion. Let them be your engagement. Don't get mad about them. Don't give them the time of day in your videos or anywhere else. And also, you know, don't call people poor because they don't own a Ferrari or they think like, you know, a Ferrari is a special car, because most people can't even fathom owning a car half the price of a Ferrari, let alone a Ferrari. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button. Also check out the Discord server, link in description. And like I said, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. That's going to go ahead and do it for this video. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.